Hello! Today I'm talking about goals. My goals for 2021. I broke them down into some categories. I love videos like this because they get me pumped up to do things myself. So my categories are, and I put them in priority order, and I'm really proud of this order. So spiritual, husband, family and friends, health, self, home, and then business and finance. So I wanted to talk to you about all of them except for the business and finance. um I'll share a couple things, but I think the other stuff is super fun to share, and I wanted to get into that. So I'm just gonna kind of oh, Scarlett is very excited to play right now. Great timing. Scarlett! I'm sitting on her bed, so she's probably gonna make a cameo at some point. Okay, so for my spiritual goals, I read this book a few years ago. This year I'm reading it again with a friend. It's like a daily little, it has basically a paragraph, and it's based off of a Bible verse every day, and it's great. I love it. It's super inspiring, really easy to follow. It's awesome. And then I just have some simple things, like we watch church every Sunday. Something I've been wanting to do is do Bible studies around holidays, Easter, Christmas, or maybe just a summertime one that I want to do once throughout the year. But I think the holidays are a good pinpoint to use as a time marker for those. I also would like to, we're getting deep here, I would like to grow in grace, compassion, and forgiveness. So those are some things I'm working on. And this year I would like to volunteer at my church again, and volunteer and support Give Kids the World. That's a spiritual thing for me. I feel like that's me getting to be the kind of person God wants me to be when I'm trying to help other people. So, my next category after this little intermission is husband. You want to talk about your daddy? So, for my husband goals, I have be fully present and listen, because it's so easy to just get on your phone, or we'll spend a lot of time, not during everything going on right now so much, but we will spend a lot of time out where I'm kind of taking pictures to either write about something, or now I'm vlogging a lot more. I used to always do my Instagram stories, so I want to make sure when we're doing stuff, it's I'm also enjoying my husband's presence and just enjoying whatever activity we're doing versus just always working. I want to surprise him. That's another goal I have, is to surprise my husband throughout the year randomly, whether it just be cleaning something for him, buying him something, cooking him something. I just want to surprise him, happy little surprises, and have a date night at home every week. I didn't tell him that yet, so I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's a little ambitious weekly, but we used to go out to dinner all the time and always on little dates and stuff, so I want to keep that up at home while we're eating at home right now. Okay, so my next category is family and friends, and this one's really important to me. I care about birthdays so much. I'm not great at keeping up on them all the time. I want to write birthdays on the calendar. This is the year. I'm doing it. The birthdays are going to be on the calendar. I want to be like my Aunt Karen, who sends me a birthday card every year and just remembers, and just getting the card and reading, seeing her handwriting and just feeling wow, someone remembered me. I want to do that. I want to be that. So I'm going to start working on it this year. My other family and friends goal is to be present and caught up. And I want them to know that they're special and loved. And that's how I'm going to do that, is by being present in their life and being caught up on what's going on. I want to always know where they're at and celebrate their good things, and help them through the bad things, and make plans, like however we can right now, whether it's like Zoom or, you know, the few things that are okay to do right now, outdoor stuff and whatnot. And I do have like host backyard movie nights because we have a setup for that, and that's kind of like my new favorite thing. So for in the ways that I'm able, you know, I feel like hosting backyard movie nights is a thing I can do right now, and I would like to do that regularly with different friends. Okay, so my next category is health. I have a couple, just a couple things here to show you, and one of them is in this category. I'm very excited about it. So last year when everything started, I made sure that I was gonna take care of myself because I just knew like I had to get ahead of this. I'm like a pretty good snacker, and we were spending a lot of time at home, and at the front of this I was like, I need to make sure that I have like a plan for myself. And I had just started using MyFitnessPal, and so that's a free app you can use to track calories. That's what I use. I lost 20 pounds using that last year, and just incorporating like walking or some sort of activity in my life every day. And I'm gonna get back to that. I gained a little over the holidays, as you do, but for me, everything really changed when I decided I wanted to like take charge of my health and focus on like my heart health, and just think about like what have been issues, health issues like in my family, and what can I do to prevent those. And that's when everything changed. Losing weight wasn't about vanity. I just feel better. It's helped my neck. On paper, I just like look better health-wise, and so I'm so glad I did it, and I want to get back to that and reach my ultimate goal, which I'm pretty close to. And along with that, I want to eat a plant-based whole food diet. So whole foods meaning I'm not just like getting vegan pizzas all the time or like nachos. All of that's great, but I want to get the whole foods in. So like eating the vegetables, eating the fruits, beans and nuts, and just all the stuff that's really good for you, not relying on bread so much and that kind of stuff. I want to drink 3+, so at least 3 venti waters every day, and I think I'm pretty good at it. Let me get going. Like, that's super attainable for me, I think. I want to include my regular physical activity again, like walks. I also was doing Bar Method on their Instagram. They had a saved Instagram live on, I think it's just Bar Method WP. It's like Bar Method Winter Park. And I would just like do those once a week, and they made such a difference. I wish I could go in person, but it's gonna be a while until I feel comfortable to like go to a workout class. But Bar Method is so great. I love it, and I love having that like once a week or so. So caring for my neck proactively, that is my last health goal. And I had a neck injury in 2017 that just like absolutely changed my life. I really struggled with pain for a long time, every single day. And I found a lot, it took a lot to get to the point I'm at, but I found a lot that worked for me, and I'm kind of always looking for more to help. And I got this thing for Christmas, and I'm so excited about it. It's like a massage tool, and so my main problem area these days is right here. It just gets super tight, my shoulder gets raised, and then I get like sharp pains that kind of go like up my neck a little, and so I have to constantly like work this area out. I'm always like stretching and adjusting, and I've been just taking this. It's pretty heavy, and I'll just like rest it here, and it like and I try and just like bring it down, and I'll get like the area around the spine that is connected so closely to all these muscles here, and that's really been helping me. So I'm trying to be proactive about everything, and drinking enough water, the walks, stretching, making sure that I'm putting in like work to build strength in my upper body. All of that helps. I've been doing all of that this year. I had to stop going to acupuncture, massage, and physical therapy, which is what I was doing in the beginning of the pandemic, and that was all really like getting me to where I am now. And so keeping up with these things and just being proactive has helped me not have to go to like acupuncture, which I would love to go to. But Jim's also great. Like, he knows what helps me, and we have like a little donut that you put your face in that goes off the bed. So he, like, I still am getting massage, but it's not professional. So it does help. It's all going well, but I just want to keep looking for ways to be proactive, and I'm so excited about this. It has different heads. It's really cool. I will link it below too. My next category is self. So I started reading a lot after my neck injury. I was like not really in a great place for a long time. I just felt like I don't know. I couldn't physically do a lot, and so that made me feel kind of like I needed to like work up here. I needed to like get more positive, get excited about life again, and reading helped me do that a lot. And so I want to stick with reading, and I didn't read as many books in 2020, but it was like over 10 still, and I would like to keep going with that. So my goal was 25 last year. 2021, my goal is going to be 25 or 21 books, and I think that's good. I read 12 books or 10 books automatically because I do my book club and we read a book every month that's Disney themed, and aside from that, listening counts. Listening to books counts. I have Audible and I've considered like getting rid of it, but it is really helpful to be reading books, especially like, you know, books that empower you, things that like help you have a better perspective, and I don't want to lose that, so gonna keep it. Listening to books counts as reading. I have some other self goals. I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna simplify and then plus up my wardrobe. So a few years ago, I got into like the Marie Kondo stuff. I didn't go extreme or anything, but I really have been trying to like have less stuff, and it's worked for me to do like Marie Kondo, and I read this book Cozy Minimalist, and both of those, and then like I love the home edit, so that like gets me excited about organizing. So I'm still constantly on this journey to like have less stuff, less clutter, just feel like better about my space and my environment. And I definitely like buy less stuff now, which is super helpful because you can move stuff onto another home, but if you keep buying stuff, it doesn't help. So I've gotten better in every way. I would still like to simplify my wardrobe even more and then add special staple pieces that will help me tie what I have together and just like get better use out of the clothes that I do have. For example, like having a nice blazer that I could dress up a dress, or, you know, put over a shirt with jeans. Yeah, so I'm changing my style, especially after I lost weight. I had a lot of clothes that didn't fit, so I really need to go through and just move those clothes onto their next home. I will donate them, and I just need to start over, basically, you know, with what I can. I made this Scarlett's New Year's resolution, but it's also a goal for me to take Scarlett to enjoy outside time more often. And I think it'll be good for me and good for her and good for us together. I also want to enjoy cooking and new recipes. I'm so at cooking. It depends on what it is, really. But this year I would like to change that. I love the idea of like having nice music on, maybe having like some, you know, nice lighting, like some candles lit, and like enjoying cooking versus like trying to figure it out. I want to stop burning things. That would be great. So I think just changing like my perspective on it and getting a little less, just trying to like find the joy in it. That, and then like new recipes, like just finding new recipes and using that to kind of help me become better. I would also like to continue to manage my stress and anxiety, and I just put the word like remove because that helps me so much. So I'm not like great at managing stress. I carry like a lot of my stress in my shoulders, which really like activates my neck injury, and I just can't do it. So the last few years I've really had to figure out like how can I manage this stress, and 2020 brought a lot of stuff, and I'm just really happy with how I was able to manage it. Um, having the physical activity is great. Like going for walks was really helpful for me. Listening to podcasts and kind of just putting like good stuff in there versus just like playing the reel of whatever I'm stressing about. And then removing stuff that doesn't help me. So whether it's like making sure I'm listening to like calming music or avoiding the news and just like removing myself from situations that are bringing me stress. Like if it's taking your peace, it's just not worth it. And I just have to have boundaries and do that for myself because it has worked. And I want to keep doing that and keep finding more ways to manage stress and anxiety in a healthy way. So my next category is home, and that's like kind of my last full category I want to talk about. So I want to declutter and organize this entire house. And that sounds like such a big, broad goal, but the thing is I have already done so much decluttering and organizing that most of the house, it's just like touching it up. And then the garage is like my real big thing I need to do. But for most of it, it's kind of just like keeping up, letting go of things that I don't need any longer. And I don't throw things away unless they're like totally broken, unfixable. I always like recycle or upcycle or donate, give it to a friend. Like there's so much. I just feel like everybody talks about decluttering and stuff this time of year, and I hear the word throw out so much, and I'm like, I hope they're not really throwing things out, because there's another life for your stuff after you're done with it. This year I have another home goal to upgrade my kitchen utensils. So we have like kind of a weird collection of things from when Jim was single, when I was single, from college, some things we purchased together, and then some things we got from my family, some things from his family, and they don't like fit together well. It's hard to store a lot of things, and so as I'm able, I would like to get some matching kitchen stuff. Like some of it's matching and really nice, but there are some things that need to be replaced. And so I'm trying to research like healthy pans and pots. I know there's like different kinds of things. We had the green pan for a while. That does work, but it has to be replaced. So looking at that kind of stuff and excited to have like a fancy grown-up kitchen. I kind of already talked about making over the garage, but that's something that I want to do. I would like to decorate seasonally this year. I'm really, really good. You've seen like I go over the top for Christmas. I decorate a lot. Very pretty. It makes me feel nice, and I know I can do that more for other holidays. I have other like holiday decorations, and sometimes I just like don't really do anything for Valentine's Day. But at this point, we're still home all the time. I would like to do cute stuff and like make it fun and exciting to be home and just keep enjoying decorations that make me feel festive and nice. So, decorating seasonally. I would also like to clean weekly, just like my floors, my sheets, the bathrooms, like the things that just like make you feel so nice, like that clean house feeling. There's nothing like it. I just love when my house is clean. I can just relax and like put on a show or some music or read or whatever. And I just feel like if it's not clean, I feel like I have something to do. When the house is clean, I can truly relax, and I want more of that. I would also like to finish painting our house. We bought everything to paint the whole house, and we've been slowly going through. It's mostly been Jim. I'm doing so much better that I feel like I could continue to, like to work on an activity that like requires me to use this area of my body a lot. This year helped me a lot doing little things like hanging Christmas lights. I built up a lot of upper body strength. Yeah, just different things like bar method helped me a lot. So I feel like I could start to try things like that again in a limited capacity, like with, you know, knowing when I have to stop and stuff. And then landscape the front yard. I'm super into landscape design. It like brings me peace. I love symmetry and like pretty trees, and that's all that together. So this year I would like to landscape the front yard. We did some landscaping in the backyard last year. It came out pretty nice. We're still working on some things back there, but the front yard I would love to just, you know, do it all myself. There's really just like kind of one area I need to redo, and yeah, I would like to like pick out the trees, like learn what works for this zone, and you know, make it look nice myself. So for business, basically, like I'm a content creator and I teach social media classes online. I've been doing those for about 7 years now, full time. And I just want, like, I love what I do. I love like designing my own merchandise, and I have switched like what I've done over the years. Like, what is the main thing that I do? It was writing on sparklyeverafter.com for so long. And then it really kind of turned into like Instagram and my shop, and then now I'm doing a lot more YouTube and I really like it. So just kind of like finding the balance. I know I want to be on YouTube a lot more this year instead of my Instagram stories like I used to do. And just more designing, like focusing on my book club, and just like taking better photos, those kinds of things. And then for finance, I did want to tell you this one goal I had because it really helped me, and it's kind of a funny story. So last year, in the beginning of the year, I was like, you know, I really would like to like set a budget and be better about budgeting and like understand what like you can't budget if you don't know how much you should be spending in an area. And so like food was so difficult for me. I was just like, I don't know how much a month we spend on food, and like I don't know how much I want to spend. Like I don't know how to get better. So I just started writing down like every time we went out to eat, and quickly realized like, oh, this was before the pandemic. This was in January. So I did this for January, February, and then everything fell apart in March. So it really worked out because I was like just kind of documenting like every time we ate out and then what we spent on groceries, and I really just liked seeing like, oh, like a lot of my money goes here, and it is kind of like our social life too, but I would prefer to like be a little more balanced with it. And then 2020 presented that opportunity. So I feel like I've gotten to really understand a lot more about that. I still am, like I started again this year, just kind of like writing down every time we get takeout or something, and then just like how much you spend on groceries to try and help me with that category, because I feel like a lot of other categories are easy to budget for and understand like how much I want to spend or not spend, and still working on food. So yeah, that's a lot. Those are my goals for 2021. Some of them are ambitions. Some of them I'll need to maybe, you know, write the couple of steps that it will take to do that. I feel like I'm way better at goals now. Last year I really just got awesome at goals. I had a few goals when it came to like my health, and I just, yeah, a few other things. I just know how to do it now. I never knew how to do it when I was younger. Like life is way more structured, or it was for me when I was younger and in school, and then after school I just felt like, you know, when I was working for other people, it's a lot more structured. You have to be somewhere at a certain time. Being an entrepreneur and what I've been doing for the last however many years, there's a lot of flexibility. I go to like, not anymore, not right now, but I go to like a lot of different events to learn about new stuff happening around town, and yeah, it's not always easy when you are in charge of everything you do to like have goals and accomplish them. I feel like I finally figured it out, and I'm really happy about it. And yeah, thanks for watching this. And if you have some goals that you want to share for this year, sometimes it's good to just put them out there and I will give you a little thumbs up and encourage you. And yeah, Scarlett, would you like to say goodbye? Thank you for letting me borrow your bed. She's like, you can get off now, though. Alright, I'll see you soon. Have a magical day.